Good morning, everyone. Here we are, another Saturday. We're at number 54. Year 2, second one of year 2. We're Saturday mornings most of the time at 10 o'clock. Thank you very much for the thumbs up already. Thank you. Wow. Very, very cool. So as usual, I'm going to be, I have some, I have to do this. This is what I forgot to do. Of course. Hold on one second. We'll get there. You're like tuning into the pre-show. This is the pre-show. The show hasn't actually started yet. This is the pre-show. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. We'll do your comments when we come back. Let's do this first. Let's go here. Got some interesting things happening, that's for sure. Group. Got some interesting things happening, that is for sure. Let's see where we got. Sometimes I post to the wrong group and then I get yelled at. You don't want that. We don't want that for sure. Let's see what we're doing here. You are listening to the pre-show. This is before the actual show goes live. That's what we're doing right here. So let's just check on a few more things here. Do that one, do this one, a couple more. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do this. Do this, going to do that, 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 that. And then I think that's it. Now this is, like I said, you're listening to the pre-show right now. Let me just go over here real quick. ETM Live Audio. I have to always change this because it stutters otherwise. Go there. And I want to do this. And why is that down there? I'm rearranging my windows for the live stream. It's a little bit different than what you're seeing. Back to live mode. Now, let me make sure that we are indeed live. Let me see. Are we live? Do we have audio? Safari. Oh, here we go. Check, check, check. Yes, we do. Just want to check and make sure. You're watching the pre-show. We will be back. And let me actually change that countdown. I'm going to change it to... Come on now. Change it to... There we go. Save. And this is the interesting part. I feel like I'm in the Black Lodge, if you know what that is. Now we're back. We're back again. How about that? Let me just turn this on, turn this on, turn this on. Final Cut TV and Coffee, as you well know. So let's get a catch up on our, I was going to do, well, that's okay for today. Let me see. I edit projects, filming in a commercial this morning, but wanted to stop by and drop a thumbs up. We already got 6 thumbs up. Fantastic. Appreciate it. Our friend Alista, good morning. Alista from Jamaica tuning in. Absolutely. Fantastic. There we go. Our good friend Sean Beckner tuning in. We already got 7 thumbs up. Thank you. I'm filming a wedding this morning and we'll be editing in Final Cut Pro number 1 NLE. If you are editing a wedding, you are got a lot more patience than I do. I don't edit weddings. It would take a lot of convincing to get me to do a wedding. I've done a few for family members only. But when I do them for a family member, thank you for the thumbs up. We got 9 thumbs up and we've just started. When I do them for a family member, it's going to take a while before I finish it. So, our friend, hello again from North Carolina. Bad week. My OWC NVMe RAID crash would not rebuild. Had to redo the RAID. First issue ever with any OWC hardware. Well, the longer you have a piece of hardware, the more likely it is to crash. And it's going to crash. Every piece of hardware, hard drive, if you have it for a long time, is going to crash. Every single one. So I have an OWC 56 terabyte RAID 5. So it's 64 terabyte raw. 56 is a RAID 5 because one of the drives gets used for, what is it called? One of the drives, let me put this frame on. Here we go. I made this nice blue frame everywhere. Let's put that on. So one of the drives is used for parity, so you have a little bit of safety, redundancy, and you don't lose that much speed. So anyway, the longer you have a drive, the more likely it is to crash. Every one will crash, every single one, the longer you have it. So I back up my RAID 5, anything of importance, to 2 different USB 3 standalone drives. I was using 8 terabyte for the longest time. Now I've actually gone to 16 terabyte. So when I see a good price on a 16 terabyte RAID, USB, not RAID, a 16 terabyte USB 3 drive, I buy 2 of them. And I just take, oops, I forgot that's on. I buy 2 of them, 1, 2, and I back up. I take 16 terabytes off of my RAID 5 onto the 16 terabytes. I use Hedge for Mac or Hedge for video. And once I get 2 copies of it on 2 separate drives, test a few things out, then, only then, this is going to be a thumbs up. What, this side is different? This side goes to the other side? Yeah, one side and then the other. There you go. Only then will I erase it from my RAID 5. But anyway, Don, I'm sorry you had that problem. And it is a bad week if your RAID goes, but you have your backups. Carter Bing, good morning. Carter, where are you from? Where are you from, Carter? Our friend Chris Smith, good morning. My RAID just turned a year old. I was surprised. Yeah, that's pretty young for a hardware issue or any kind of an issue. So, but still, backup, backup, backup. The more important something is, the more backup copies I have. Some things that I'm working on currently live on my RAID, but everything 100% is backed up. Carter says North Carolina. Very, very cool. Very cool, North Carolina. That's on the East Coast. Down the road from Don. There you go. Just right down the road from Don. East Coast, the good old East Coast. I like the East Coast a lot. So what do we have to talk about today? We got some interesting things. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Moonwalk photography. Let me give you a thumbs up. That side, a thumbs up. This side. Here we go. Yes. Backblaze. Backblaze is fantastic service. Everything I have, even my 56 terabyte RAID, is backed up to Backblaze. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's an offline, and I've used it before. I inadvertently wiped an NVMe drive that I have, a 2 terabyte, and I said, let me see if I can download it. Well, you can. It was in Backblaze. You can go back in time. It's like Time Machine as well, to different versions. I highly recommend Backblaze. And I have an unlimited, I think, and it's not that expensive, unlimited amount. So let's just check that. We already have it. 11 thumbs up. You guys are the best. You're the best. 2 thumbs up to you. Oh, look at that. 2 thumbs up gives me fireworks. I didn't know. Rogerio, good morning from Curitiba, Brazil. Let's just say you're from Brazil. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. So what's going on? What's going on for Final Cut Pro right now? If you have any questions, shout them out, and we'll try to get either I will answer them or the community will answer them. So we do have, somebody posted this. Oh, I know what it was. Let me see if I can find that. Let me go over here. Well, you know what? Let me get my notes up first. That's what I have to do. Where are my notes? Notes. I have notes for the show if I want to talk about something specifically. I have notes. Just checking them out. So is anybody going to NAB this year from our viewing audience? Here we go. So this is Final Cut Pro TV. This is Final Cut Pro TV. Where the heck is that? There it is. Final Cut TV. And coffee, right? That's what it is. Let me just pull this over a little bit so it's inside the frame. Yeah, Final Cut TV and coffee every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. We will be talking about Final Cut Pro for the most part. There's a couple of other things we'll talk about. Let's see. Oh, it's not on there. I'll be darned. I'll have to go search for it. There's one thing I wanted to play a little bit of because they had a suggestion about, let me just pull this up. Final Cut. They had a suggestion for if your audio and video goes out of sync. It was a good video, good little tip video. Thank you for watching. Somewhere I saw it. You know what? Is it in my history? Oh, you know what? I switch OSs. Normally I'm in Ventura. Right now I'm in Sonoma. So my history doesn't go through. My Safari history. Well, let's do this one. No, I got to find it now that I thought about it. Thank you for the thumbs up. History. Let's see if it's in here. Nope, it's not. Let me go over to here. Let's go over to here. Let's see if it's in there. Had some interesting questions this morning. I've seen, here it is. Let me pull this up. So we will, let's go over to, let me see, where am I? Graphics, backyard, movies. Let's go over to movies real quick. Thank you for the thumbs up. It is appreciated. Thank you very much. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Let's go over to here. Very strange. Here we go. Now let's do this. I have to turn this on. And then I can interact. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. So this gentleman had a, oh, I got it turned, system audio. Nope. Sound effects. Nope.
Why it happens so you can prevent it from happening again. And by understanding why it happens, when I show you how to fix the audio sync drift, it'll make complete to fix the audio sync drift yourself. The process is the same in any NLE. So I've got my video track here and my audio track, and you'll notice the audio drifting.
I'll be right with you. 1 second. I'm just organizing my, here we go. Organizing to get me on screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me just put a little bit of a border color. Put a white one up there. Opacity 100%. There we go.
Out of sync on a 3-minute video as much as you would on a 30-minute video. So make sure that the frame rates on all of your cameras are. See how this audio is in sync right at the beginning. And if I hit the down arrow key to go to the end, you'll notice how the audio has drifted out of sync over here of the clip. And
So basically what he does, thank you very much for the thumbs up. Basically what he does is he finds the waveforms on the two different things that are out of sync. He puts a marker at the beginning when they're in sync, and he puts a marker at the end where you can see that, where you can identify the waveforms. And then what he does, he just stretches the audio so the end markers match up. I don't know if that'll work in all the times, but it works some of the times.
Welcome to my Final Cut Pro color grade. And it's out, and I'll hit M to create another marker, and I'll go to that same point on the audio clip, and I'll hit M to create another marker. I'll hit Shift Z to zoom out to my whole timeline, and if I enable the audio on both of these clips, just to play it back, you'll hear how it's out of sync. It starts off in sync over here.
So anyway, now you know what? That's weird. That's doing the wrong one. Here, let's put that blue frame back in. I keep going to the wrong one. Anyway, Backblaze, yes, loving it, and their support is very good. Very good. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the thumbs up. We have 15 thumbs up already. That's fantastic. It's much appreciated. So if you want to watch that video where the audio goes out of sync, that's one way. I've used that myself before, where you just set up two markers on the waveforms and then you stretch the one way or the other so the markers line up. And it time stretches the audio. In Final Cut, that's pretty easy to do. Let's just see here. Got that turned off. There we go. Yeah, audio's coming through fine. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Are there any questions this morning that we can maybe answer, help you answer? That's what we're here for. Big Bot Studios says, good morning from Toronto. Nice cup of coffee to you. Absolutely. I got my cup right here. And I have my regular drink, of course, to go. For the morning, you can't talk as long as I do and not have something to drink for your throat. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. So is anybody going to NAB? There are a couple things happening at NAB, Final Cut Pro wise. There's no presentation from the Final Cut Pro team like they've had in the past. There's none of that. Let me just pull that up. Going forward, let me see. That's that. Let me pull this up over here. And let's see what we have here. Social, Facebook. Nope, that's not what I want. Streaming. Yeah, so in the past, the Final Cut Pro team has done actual presentations in the convention center at NAB. Now, I videotaped one from 2017 where they announced 2 million seats. I was actually streaming that live on Facebook. I had my phone, I had my laptop, I was streaming live. And I caught that announcement live. It has like 8,000 views at this point. And then the following year, they asked everybody not to film or audio tape because it's not really set up for that, and which I completely understand. So I did not video or audio tape the live session in 2018, but I did catch the screen grab when they announced 2.5 million. This was the Apple Final Cut Pro team officially at NAB as the team, and they did the presentations in the Las Vegas Convention Center. Very crowded. I would say 250, 300 people, something like that. It was a free session. I don't know of anything like that. I don't know of anything like that happening at NAB, but there are, first off, the Super Meet on Monday night is going to be probably the best. Let me turn that off. I'm tired of seeing that. I'll turn it on if I want to show it. Reactions. There we go. So I do expect, well, the Super Meet on Monday night. The lineup hasn't been announced yet. Maybe, don't know, somebody from Final Cut Pro team or somebody will do a presentation there for Final Cut Pro. The last time they did it was 2022. They didn't do it in 2023 because Dan had an issue with his back. He was in surgery and stuff. He didn't feel like doing it. But he's back again so far, Monday night, NAB Monday. And different Black Magic sponsors it. They have premier people there. Maybe they'll get a Final Cut Pro person there to do a presentation. We'll have to see how that goes. But that's the biggest thing that I know of right now. There are going to be some Final Cut Pro classes. Future Media Concepts is going to have some of those. I'll let them make the announcement. I don't want to make any announcements prematurely because they haven't announced it yet. That's two things. There also is going to be another company who's doing a Final Cut Pro integration with their product. They're going to do a presentation at NAB, probably at their booth. We're going to go around, as I always do. I'm going to go around the Final Cut. Well, Blackmagic, first off. I want to go see Blackmagic. I want to talk to the Blackmagic person who's in charge of developing the Blackmagic camera app. Let me pull forward a little bit. The Blackmagic camera app, I'm really excited about that. That is really, really cool. And they do it for free. The Blackmagic camera app absolutely is fantastic, and they're doing it for free. So we'll have to see how that works. I'm not sure what them rolling required bandwidth, 8.62 megabits per second. Well, I got way more than that. I got 30 or 40. Stream quality updated. Stream quality, that's weird. That's weird that the quality goes down, it goes up. Nothing changes here. Everything's going fine. So let's talk about this for a minute. Good morning, Richard. Do you think the Final Cut Pro team is slacking with the lack of updates? Let's put it this way. Slacking, I doubt if slacking is the right word. But, yes, they need to do more updates, and they need to do more often. Absolutely. I don't think they're slacking. I don't think they're a slacking bunch. I think with the resources they have, I think they work really, really hard. Do they give out the updates that we want to see? No, they don't. As fast. I mean, the scrolling timeline was a huge one, of course, for me, that they updated it, the Creative Summit. But let's say that I wish they came out faster. Absolutely. And I'm not going to stop saying that. There's lots of features that are still missing in Final Cut. Now, they're going to do it on their schedule. They told us that at the Creative Summit. They are going to update Final Cut Pro on their schedule because they know everything that's going on. They know about performance. They know about X, Y, and Z. Doesn't mean we can't keep the pressure on. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will give them accolades most of the time, but the amount of updates, over a period of time, they could improve dramatically as far as I'm concerned. I think most of us. I don't think anybody is 100% satisfied with the speed, the frequency of updates for Final Cut Pro. Now, I do hear people say all the time, oh, Final Cut Pro doesn't, I've heard people say this, and I get a big kick out of this. Final Cut Pro is fine. It doesn't need all those updates. I don't want feature creep. I don't want feature bloat. There's no chance of that with Final Cut. There's really not any chance. They're very, very, very slow, cautiously for updates. Now, they know the reasons why they do them. I think they would probably like to have as many updates as possible. I think. There's no reason for them to hold updates back. Scrolling timeline, 12 years. Okay, we got it. I'm ecstatic. Any word on the Super Meet? Yes, Jeff. Super Meet's Monday night. Super Meet is Monday night, absolutely. If you had to rank editors in 2024 being current to today's needs, how would you rank them? Boy, that's a good question. Matthew, you have very, very good questions. Here's what I say. If you're young and just starting out in the field, choose your target where you want to end up. And then see what editors use for your target where you want to be. If you, for example, let's just give an example of Hollywood. Okay, you want to end up in Hollywood. Well, Avid is probably the king there, I would say. Premiere might be making inroads. Resolve has color correction all through Hollywood. A lot of the films are color corrected with Resolve, so you can get that, which includes their editor. So go to whatever your target is. But there is absolutely no reason in 2024 to just be using one NLE. Absolutely not. Use more than one, learn more than one. And no matter what your first one is, make your second one Final Cut Pro. That's my advice. Make your second one Final Cut Pro. It's a fantastic, fantastic NLE to use. It's very enjoyable to use. I find it more enjoyable than any of the other NLEs that I've tried. Now, as far as today's needs, people are using CapCut a lot. I won't use it. Somebody reminded me on one of my last videos that a lot of your data is given to the Chinese government if you use CapCut. I'm not interested in it because of that. I might use it for one small project. The other one is LumaFusion. Please, if you're on an iPad, use LumaFusion. If you're on an iPhone, LumaFusion. If you're on a Chromebook and want to edit, LumaFusion. If you're on an Android phone, LumaFusion. And the iPad as well, LumaFusion. Now, Final Cut for iPad is very, very good. Everybody that uses it says they like it, but you can't use it on the phone. And I edit, when I'm at NAB, I will shoot video on this phone, I will edit video on this phone, and I will upload video from this phone. I won't worry about taking it from the phone and putting it on my MacBook. Shoot, edit, upload, all from the phone, and I shoot in 4K with LumaFusion. I cannot edit on the phone with Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is only for the iPad. So when I go to NAB, that's what I'm going to be doing. Not for 100% of the time, but for some of the time. Some of the time I will be shooting. I'm not taking my Lumix camera, by the way. I'm not taking my Lumix S5 Mark IIX to NAB. Don't need it. That's for low light situations like the Creative Summit. I knew it was going to be low light in some time, so I brought it there. I'm not bringing it to NAB. I'm just bringing a couple of phones, mainly my iPhone 15 Pro Max I will be using with the DJI Mic 2 system. There it is, DJI Mic 2 system. And when I interview somebody, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm going to do a hand or in front of the camera interview, I'll take my Sennheiser MKE 600 microphone and I'll just plug my DJI Mic 2 here, and I have a wireless microphone back to the camera. So I can go in front of the microphone, talk to people, and it's wirelessly connected to my camera. And of course, I'll be shooting on these Crucial X9 Pro. This is 4 terabytes. This is 4 terabytes of data. I'll be shooting sometimes with dual cameras, sometimes with an Apple ProRes log. I'll be shooting all kinds of way. And one of the places that I'm going to be stopping by specifically is the Black Magic area. Can you post up any of the things happening with Final Cut Pro to NAB? I absolutely will. The Super Meet is on. The other things have not been announced yet, so I'm going to wait until the people that are presenting release their schedules. I don't want to come out in advance and say, jump the gun for them. They're going to come out and announce, and then we'll have a list. Absolutely. So Jeff's talking about Final Cut Pro at NAB. It's a Facebook group we have, FCP NAB, facebook.com/groups FCP NAB, where we talk all about Final Cut Pro at NAB. It's very specific to that thing. Jeff's a member. Aside from being a little leery about the creators, I think CapCut MacBook version is pretty powerful to have a free version. DaVinci and Premiere always seemed overwhelming whenever I've opened them. Yes, DaVinci Resolve is a complex application. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't mind complexity. I do not mind complexity. Logic Pro, which I absolutely love, is a very, very, very complex project. I'm a professional. It's like if you're a carpenter and you learn how to cut crown molding. Yes, it's complicated, but man, when you cut crown molding properly, there's nothing like it because it's not a beginner, something you do beginning. Speaking of carpentry and cutting crown, I see people all the time say, they're all just tools. Final Cut, Premiere, Avid, LumaFusion, DaVinci Resolve, they're all just tools. CapCut. Tools make a big difference. Tools make a big difference. As a carpenter, I was a carpenter all through the 80s, a commercial carpenter. And tools make all the difference. They are not just some thing that have they don't affect your outcome. They make a huge difference. A tool that's well designed is much better to use than a tool that's poorly designed. So saying they're just tools is missing the mark. Tools are absolutely important. So in this regards, the NLE that you use is important. So I like Final Cut Pro the best, especially since they have the scrolling timeline. Now, I know the Final Cut Pro did that specifically for me at the Creative Summit. They knew I was coming. They said, we'll give Richard a little thrill. And boy, they gave me a big surprise. I'm only kidding. I don't know that at all. But boy, was I surprised when I saw the scrolling timeline icon. I was right in the front seat, front row. And anyway, if you like CapCut, if you don't mind that the government of China is spying on you and selling your data and stuff, that's fine. I wasn't paying attention to that. Somebody mentioned it before, so I'm not using it. I'll use LumaFusion. $29. You get it on sale for $19. I don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. I purchased a DJI Action 4 refurbished. Finally will be delivered next week. I owe the DJI Mic 2 and Osmo Pocket 3. Love the wireless mic capability. Absolutely. Now, how did you get yours before me? I ordered one DJI Action 4 refurbished too. $239. $239. Mine's not coming until March the 12th, something like that. So I still don't have it yet. Now, and I will be bringing that to NAB with me. Absolutely. That'll be on all the time. Trying to learn DaVinci Resolve, especially with using iPhone footage. Some of the plugins I got for both DVR and Final Cut Pro seem to work differently in DVR, differently harder to learn on deadlines. Yes. Yeah, it is hard to learn. One of the many accolades I give to DaVinci Resolve. As a matter of fact, the Final Cut Pro team at the Creative Summit gave accolades to DaVinci Resolve. They themselves said it's a really, really good application, NLE. So I don't think they said that about Premiere or Avid, but they did say it about DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve has hands down the best free training anywhere for any NLE. They have 1,000-page PDFs. They have free tutorial videos on their website. Just a plethora of learning free from Blackmagic and DaVinci Resolve. Nobody touches them for learning materials. I messaged them about it. Maybe they expedited it. They said like March 13th, and when I messaged them, about 2 days later, I got a message it's being shipped. I'll do that today when I get off. Mine's supposed to be March the 12th. Listen, $239 for an Action 4 camera. Those things look fantastic. And I was looking at them. Well, first off, there's a lot of reasons I didn't get a GoPro this time. I have a GoPro 7 or 8. So I think it's a 7. That's the latest one I have. And there's a lot of reasons why I got the Action 4. Number one is that magnetic connection rather than that screw it in, screw it in, screw it in, unscrew it, unscrew it, unscrew it. It's got a magnetic connection. So that's one of the things. Plus a lot of other things that I like the Action 4 better than the GoPro. The Insta360 one looks to be a little bit better. It has some AI and stuff for low light, but it's $200 more. It's $450 versus $239 that I'm paying for a refurb. That's not worth $200 more dollars. Plus, it's bigger. It is dramatically bigger than the Action 4 and the GoPro camera. I want small. I want as small as possible. So I went with the Action 4. Plus, $239 is really inexpensive. DJI.com, go to the refurbish session. But don't get in front of me. Don't delay mine coming on March the 12th. I'm going to message them as well. Since you said that, I'll message them when I get off and see if I get a response. Because I ordered it back a month ago. I'm looking forward to getting that. I will be bringing that to NAB. Not bringing my Lumix S5 Mark II Extra, which I absolutely love. As a matter of fact, I did my first, on my Lumix, I did my first SSD recordings last week. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I'll be bringing my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'll be bringing my DJI Mic 2 setup. I love this setup. I'm going to be selling my DJI Mic 1. That's going to be sold. So as far as NAB and Final Cut Pro stuff, there are some classes. There are some classes, Final Cut Pro classes that Future Media Concepts are going to have, but they're going to be paid as far as I know. You have to pay for them to take them. As far as free stuff, there's a company that has a plug-in for Final Cut Pro, and from what I understand, I'm not going to announce it because I want to let them announce it first. As far as I understand, they're going to do a Final Cut Pro demonstration multiple times on the show floor with their product, so that'll be one thing. The Final Cut Pro team is always there at the NAB, but they're talking to developers, meeting with developers, working with them quite a bit. So I'll probably see some of the team there. I'll meet up with them and have a conversation. But of course, it won't be, unless they say it's okay, it won't be for public consumption. I like the Action better than the GoPro, but I hate digging that SSD card out of the side. The buttons feel terrible and overheats and kills batteries. The Action does? The Action 4? I didn't know that. I think the Insta360 can connect DJI mic via Bluetooth, but not entirely positive. I think all cameras going should offer this feature. Yes, it can. It can. The Insta360 can, but it's just, first off, it's way more expensive. I think it's $450, and $200 more than the Action 4. No. $239 for the Action 4 refurb, full warranty, versus $450 for the no. I'm not paying $200 more for that camera. And also, it's bigger. It's bigger. It's clunkier. I want it small. I'm going to wear it here or on my strap from my backpack and just let it run the whole time. Sean Beckner said GoPro. The GoPro, yeah, I know the GoPro does, yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting the Action. Yes, Action is better than the GoPro. I agree. That's what I thought as well. Because I haven't, like I said, mine is the GoPro 7, and I really like it. I use it around here filming all kinds of stuff, and I really like it. But I got the Action 4. I know you said you use LumaFusion to edit on the iPhone. It is easy to teach, explain to others to use for a few days. Apple Clips works, but just don't like the lack of camera controls. Yes. So yeah, if you're editing on here, you can use iMovie, basic iMovie for free. But I'm a big fan of LumaFusion. LumaFusion is amazing. They take the iPad version that they have and they squish it down to the iPhone version, and you lose not one feature, not two features, not three features, zero. It is complete feature parity from the iPad version of LumaFusion to the iPhone version of LumaFusion. And let me tell you something. When I first thought about editing on here, I'm thinking, oh, that's going to be problematic with my big fingers. It's not. Once you learn how to do it, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So, like I said, shoot on my iPhone at NAB. The video's here. Open up LumaFusion. Compose my edit that I want. Put some titles on, a watermark, whatever I want. Upload it to the streaming service. Nothing ever leaves my phone. I don't have to take it from here and get it to the MacBook, edit it in the MacBook, and then shoot it back up the internet. Everything is done here. Not all of my videos, now don't get me wrong, but especially quick, short ones that I want to, like for example, when I first get to NAB, I want to do a little video and show everybody, now is this coming up red, and show everybody that I've landed. It looks okay. So I want to do a couple quick videos. Hey, here I am at NAB in front of the convention center. We're going to go in and see X, Y, and Z. And I'll just shoot that, sit down, edit, put a little watermark or whatever, or title on, LumaFusion, and spit it out to YouTube and Facebook and stuff. That's what I'll be doing. I'm excited. I'm excited about NAB. Let me just show you one of the... So I was at NAB 2 years ago, not this last year. And I walked outside, and there were a bunch of superhero characters running around, filming, let you take selfies with them. Of course, they wanted money, is what it was. They wanted you to pay them. I gave them $20, whatever. But I was out there, and Captain America was out there, and the Joker from Batman was out there. These guys, I guess they're unemployed actors. I love it. It's a nice, stabilized camera. You can handheld. It doesn't shake a lot or use it for a backup shot. Yeah, well, like I said, at NAB, I'll be shooting mainly with my iPhone 15. 4K, always 4K. Sometimes Apple ProRes log. Sometimes I'll be shooting front and back camera at the same time. Speaking of that, the Rode app, is it the Rode app? Yeah. They have a camera app that you can shoot 2 cameras. I think you can shoot 3 cameras with it. If I'm not mistaken, somebody just came out, you can shoot 3 cameras, independent files at the same time. Thank you for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. But anyway, this is my main camera. This will be on a gimbal, my Insta360 gimbal, on a monopod that I have. I'll have the DJI mic always on here under my shirt with a little magnet outside. And I'll have a front-facing camera, either my MKE 400, or I'll do, if I'm going to get in front of the camera with talent, I'll use my Sennheiser MKE 600 microphone that'll be connected wirelessly back to my camera for filming. That's the main thing. But I'm going to do the Action 4. I'll have it on the strap of my backpack, or I'll have it just sitting here in the middle. It'll be running most of the time. It'll be running most of the time. Now, one of the things, so this is what I'm expecting. I'm going to get there. Sunday night is probably going to be the FMC Content Creators Celebration ball they have. They have a ball where they give away prizes, and lots of people are in there in room milling about and talking to each other. That's Sunday night. That's paid. I don't know what they're going to charge. I'm going to suggest they don't charge that much so people can come in for that. That's a paid event on Sunday night, but that's the only thing going on that I know of. Monday night is a paid event, Super Meet, but that's usually only about $15, something like that. You might get 1 or 2 free drink tickets with it. The last one they had was 2022, and there was about a dozen Final Cut Pro people at that. So I expect the same kind of thing. So Serena Catania was there, Steve Martin was there, Final Cut Bro was there, Dylan John was there, Sam Messman was there, I was there. We were all there at the Super Meet. So that's going to be the big event for Monday night. They haven't they've announced that they're going to have it, so I don't have any problem talking about it. They haven't announced the lineup yet. I'm kind of pushing some people to see if we can get a Final Cut Pro presentation at the Super Meet. We'll have to see how that goes. Have to see how that goes. Let me pull this up. So one of the things that I asked for, it's on I have a top 100 list of features I like to see. I like to see this master, I just call it a master timeline overview. I like to see this in Final Cut Pro. This is a version of LumaFusion that has it. But I like to see this in Final Cut Pro at some point. This is nice. They had it on the 2016 MacBook Pro. They had it at the top. So there's a couple of things with it. Number one is you can see the entire timeline. You can see the different layers. You can just take your mouse and touch anywhere, and the main timeline will go to where you touch. You can make a selection in there, copy and paste, go to another timeline and paste it in there, all kinds of things. This is very, very beneficial. Now, Soundtrack Pro had this. Soundtrack Pro had this. Now, let me ask you one more thing. Let me pull this up. Master Timeline Overview. Let me pull this up. I got a trivia question for you. It has nothing to do with Final Cut. This is the famous Abbey Road cover photograph. Now, this is my question. They've often talked about a fifth Beatle. Do you see the fifth Beatle in this photograph? Do you see the fifth Beatle? It's right there, parked on the street. The car. There is the fifth Beatle. Little piece of trivia. I always get a kick out of that. So here we go. Thanks for the thumbs up. It's appreciated. Roz, an Inspire video. So I'm going to be I have a new series of videos, just a short series of videos, have to do with studio equipment coming out. I might film them today, probably going to film them tomorrow. It's a studio setup, a new studio setup that I have. I'm going to film a vertical version because it's what I'm talking about is going to be tall and skinny. A vertical version, less than 60 seconds. And so I can post that one as a YouTube short and a Facebook, what does the Facebook call it? Reel. Facebook calls it a reel. YouTube, thank you very much for the thumbs up. YouTube calls it a short. So I'm doing two versions of this. Number one, it's going to be a quick, less than 60-second version. This is going to be out this week, probably Monday, of what I'm talking about. And I'm also going to do a regular 16:9 version that I go into details and show the different elements of what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say anything about it prematurely, but that'll be the first of the week. That's what I'll be using to shoot my ongoing videos, even like product demonstrations and things. So I'm working on getting downstairs ready, my downstairs studio ready. So nobody's going to NAB. I think maybe our friend Jeff, our bio, is going to be there. He's been for the last two. I'm not sure who else is going. It's going to be there. Let me go over here. Let me close this up. Let's go over here. And let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go. So this is the group I was telling you about. FCP at NAB, Final Cut Pro at NAB. And just go, we have almost 60 members right now. And it's a small group. It's not supposed to ever be a big group. And it's just about Final Cut Pro at NAB specifically. Anything Final Cut Pro related at NAB, you can go there, join it, follow along Final Cut Pro at NAB, but also we might schedule a coffee meetup or two or a dinner. Breakfast is a little bit harder because I like to get up and get going. But I'm thinking we'll schedule maybe a meetup in this group to meet up as Final Cut professionals as we are. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. That's the logo. I keep doing this. That's not the one I want. I want this one with the frame. This one with the frame. So I think that's all the Final Cut Pro news that I have. Do you have any Final Cut Pro news? Anybody have any Final Cut Pro news? I think Leno FX is giving away. I think Leno FX is giving away like some free plugins or something. I think I saw that somewhere. Where in the heck is that? Go check out that. So there's a couple of things that I've been working on. I have a new studio light coming today. That's one of the things I'm waiting on before I film. And normally in the old days, I have an umbrella, and I have a big powerful light behind the umbrella that I can dim and I can change the color of. But I switched over to these LED panel lights now, and they have a very, very nice diffusion built into them. I don't need an umbrella because the umbrella, I was having problems getting it up. See the way the light is in top of my glasses right there? If I put my head up too far, you can see the light like that. So I keep my head down so you can't see the light. But when I'm filming myself, like for a tutorial or something, I keep the light up outside of the range so they're not reflected in my glasses. These are my new glasses, by the way, and they're really, really good. These are computer lenses specifically for when I'm sitting at my studio desk here. The distance is 3 feet away from here to the screen, and most of the time the optometrist does 2 feet away for computer glasses. So I went back in the one time and I said, they're just not quite right. So they modified them for free. These are fantastic for computer. Much, much better. Everything in my 34-inch LG monitor is clear. So I recommend that. Measure from your sight to your screen because they go 2 feet. Wasn't right. Mine is 3 feet. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Oh, we got 19 thumbs up. Fantastic. So I'm excited about NAB, getting ready for it. I have a list of things I take. We'll go over that more coming up. We have some guests that are going to be on a Final Cut TV Live during the week that we have coming up. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. 20 thumbs up. It's fantastic. I really, really appreciate it. Very, very nice. Well, what did I want to do? I know what I wanted to do. One of the things, let me go pull this up. This one. Let me pull this. What do I want to pull this to? I want to pull this. This is one of the, let me pull this on the graphics. So there's our Beatles trivia. Now this is the first thing that I did this week, working with my new studio setup that I have that I'm going to be talking about. I did this photograph. I like doing this technique. There you go. And this is the very first thing I did with the new studio setup that I have. So if I'm talking on camera and I'm standing up, not sitting down like I am now, the vertical video kind of is the way to go for this. And if I'm going to do vertical video, it's going to be 60 seconds or less, so I can do it as a YouTube short or as a Facebook, Instagram reel. 60 seconds or less. But this is the very first thing that I did this week over here with my new studio setup. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I'm going to have a video out. It should be out Monday. Probably be out Monday. I'll probably shoot it tomorrow, edit it, and then it'll be out on Monday. Anything else? Any questions, Final Cut Pro questions we can answer? Wow, we got 20 thumbs up. Fantastic. Any questions you have about Final Cut? Other than that, Final Cut NAB's coming up, and we have some things happening at NAB. I don't think the Final Cut Pro team is presenting like they have in the past, but it was really, really good when they did present. Let me just pull this up. Let me pull this up real quick. Streaming here. And we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Wow. Let me do this search instead. Show all. Let me just do this. Videos. That's interesting. Let me see if this is the one that I want to show you. Probably. Let me just do this. Web video. Let's do that. Huh. Huh. You can't play this video? What are you talking about? Of course you can play it. Oh, that's ridiculous. Let's just do this then instead. Can't play the video. Of course I can play the video. Ridiculous. I put up a video. I put up a video at this week, and Facebook said it's going to be muted in some countries because they don't have music rights in those countries, right? There's not a drop of music in it anywhere. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. There's not a drop of music in the entire video, but they said it's going to be muted in some countries because they don't have music rights. There's no music in there. It's ridiculous. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let me see if I can. Can I do this? Here, let me do this then. Is that working? Anyway, I just wanted to show you. I wanted to show you what it's like. Oh, look, it's frozen up. It's ridiculous. YouTube is freezing up. Comments, analytics, that. View on YouTube. Well, I just wanted to show you what it was like a little bit, but I guess I'm not going to be able to. Let's see if we can do this. Here we go. Maybe it'll show me. Maybe it'll let me download it. Otherwise, any other questions about Final Cut before we head out of here? Oh, yeah, that's coming. Here we go. So let me just show you this. Countdown Backroom Movies. Is it done? Yeah, there we go. Let's try this. So this is 2018. Walking down the line. This is the line to get in to see the Final Cut Pro presentation in the convention center. There's Brad.
They said you can't come in.
That's probably good. Yeah, that's
Step
for the
out
best.
of the line.
I made sure of that.
It's probably for the best, but I'm gonna try to sneak in anyway.
Okay.
Richard, got Oliver Peters right here.
Hey, Oliver, how you doing?
Hi.
Doing good. Tired. Long day. They said you guys can't come in, so just step out of line, please.
What?
Our friend Roger Bolton. This is the line to get into the event that the Final Cut Pro team was going to be there. They were there. This is what it looked like inside. Lots of people there. Look at this. That's when they announced 2.5 million. I didn't have the video. I wasn't streaming live. I didn't have the video. But it was an official Apple team presentation at NAB in the convention center. It was at NAB and it was in the convention center. People say at one point were saying, oh, Apple hasn't been to the NAB for a long time, 12 years. Nope. They were there in 2017, 2018, 2019. The Final Cut Pro team did presentations on all three of those NABs. The one was the Super Meet. It was the Faster Together stage. The other two were in the convention center themselves. Free events showing off the latest and greatest of Final Cut Pro. I have not heard that that's going to happen this year. It would be a pleasant surprise if it did, Final Cut Pro team. I know it's not up to you, I don't think. I think it might be something else. But the Final Cut Pro team is going to be there. They're always there. I've seen them for just, going to see, have meetings and everything with developers and plugin makers and all that. So they're there. I'll see if I can touch base with a few of them if our schedules meet up. Probably. I probably can. And I won't say anything that I'm not allowed to say. But they might say, well, you can say this. Here's what you can say. Okay, then I can come back and tell the audience, the audience that's watching, 21 thumbs up. Fantastic. I will come back and say what I can say, right? But regardless of all that, the Final Cut Pro team watches these videos. They watch your comments, right? They do. So let's make sure that we give a round of applause to the Final Cut Pro team. This is it. Of all the things for them to put in the operating system, that is very interesting. The first time that came on, I said, what is that? What the heck's going on there? But anyway, Final Cut Pro team, we all like you. We think you're doing a great job. We just want you to do more features faster. That's all. Not a big ask. Jim says, clap, clap. Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in, Jim. So anything else going on in the world of Final Cut Pro? I don't think so. Now, I'm going to be doing some more Final Cut TV interviews. I have some more guests coming up. 3, maybe 4 in the next month. And if there's any, if Final Cut Pro 10.7.2 comes out, I'll come back on live and we'll talk about that. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot more else to say. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Where is... over there. That's not available. Huh. So keep track of when we go live and stuff. You'll be notified, etc. And subscribe over there. Other than that, that's going to be just about it for today. Thank you for tuning in. If there's no announcement during the week, I might have a guest this week. If there's no announcement during the week, we'll be back here next Saturday. Final Cut TV and Coffee. As everybody knows, Final Cut TV and Coffee right there. That's my strat. That's one of my strats right here. This is my blonde strat. The body's blonde, but I like rosewood for necks. Absolutely, Sean. Thank you for tuning in today. And if there's nothing else during the week, we'll see you back here next Saturday. Moonwalk Photography says, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Moonwalk Photography. Thank you for tuning in. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Let's make this Saturday morning Final Cut TV and Coffee even a larger community as we're going forward. Right now, it's absolutely worldwide. We get views from all around the world. So, until the next time, Final Cut TV and Coffee, my name's Richard Taylor, and I'll see you, if not during the week, if 10.7.2 comes out. It could come out at any time. I expect feature update to come out closer to NAB, maybe at the Apple event. There's going to be an Apple event in March. And if they announce the new MacBook, the new iPad Pro, not the MacBook Pro, but the iPad Pro, I might be getting that because I'm not going to get a MacBook Pro right now. They're too expensive, $5,000, $6,000 for what I want. And my 2021 is working fine. I might spring for an iPad Pro. We'll have to see. I'm in no hurry. I don't need it for anything other than just to tie me over until the new MacBook Pros, the what are they? The M4 MacBook Pros come out whenever they come out. A year from now, next year, who the heck knows? Anyway, my name's Richard Taylor, and I will talk to everyone later. Thank you, each and every one of you, for stopping in today. See you next time.